right, so I just watched Heather Austin. I think it's Heather Austin. I know her name is Heather, okay. Anyway, I just watched her do the top 3 palette category. So like we have neutral, rainbow, high-end, drugstore, affordable, all those kind of categories. I just watched her do the video. She credited it and Agnieszka, I cannot say her name, who then she told her who she got it from. There's a whole loop. I will link Heather's video for this one. If you're wondering what's on my eyes, it's the Violet and Floss Flamingo palette. That's what's on the peeps. Very pretty, right? Okay, and on the lips is the shade Free from Essence. It's a beautiful orange. You can tell I ate before this video. Alright, I've been rambling enough. Okay, so the first, my categories are all over the place, but so the first one is we're gonna do top 3 small little palettes. You're gonna be probably surprised about this. If you've been here and you know I love palettes. I have a hard time decluttering them. I decluttered a couple and then I rebought them because I missed them. So now we're really careful when we declutter palettes. You know. Okay, so we're your top 3 little palettes. So for my first one, I have Dose of Colors Smoky Soiree. Probably said that all wrong. Also, I don't know if some of these are discontinued or still selling. I don't know. I didn't check. I just went based on just an everyday makeup connoisseur. I am a makeup connoisseur. So, that's just what I'm doing. So, that's the inside of this one. This is one of my favorite little palettes they've made. They have a green one too, so it's a little hard to decide that one or this one. I chose this one because I like this one. Because I can do multiple looks with this. And it only has 5 shades, but there's plenty I can do with this. I do have a video up on this. So if you want to see more looks, let me know. I can pull this out and make more looks. The second little palette of the 3 is the Huda Beauty Wild Python. Sorry to see all this light. Here's the inside. Look at that. Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite wee Widow palettes. It's a cute wee Widow palette. So that's the one. Also, that shimmer right there with that yellow. And then for a third wee Widow palette, you're like, oh my god, I despise this person. That's okay. You can despise them and still like it. It's the Star Ranch palette from JSC. Now, let me tell you what, I don't know why I'm so enchanted by this little palette, but I really like it. It's just, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the browns and blues, and whenever you got that pop of green, I'm just like, oh, you know? So that's why that's in there. I'm just enchanted, and I'm not for sure why, but that's what I thought of in mini palettes. So the next category for top 3 is rainbow. And by golly, do I have some rainbow for you. So we'll go with the first one. I'm just going 1, 2, 3, how I have them stacked here, and that's how I'm doing it by the categories too. I wrote this down on my mouse thing, instructions. Okay, so we have Blends Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. Pretty freaking good matte palette. If you really want a matte palette for rainbows, I like this. I don't do all matte looks, so I do add single shadows to this or go from another palette because I do like to mix my palettes. So here's our first rainbow palette. Stick them on the bed behind me. Cat will protect them. Our second rainbow palette is the Be Perfect Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette Stacey Marie makeup collab. So here's our outline. Here's the inside. Look how pretty. And if you know, you know. I have a love mix hate relationship with this palette with the shimmers, but I still like it. Looks like the cat's been in my closet back there. Cats. Alright, and our third rainbow palette is what started the JSC obsession, is the Jawbreaker. You might not consider this rainbow, but this is definitely rainbow for me. Look how beautiful. Do you see that? Oh, I love it. Has some good shimmers in here too. This thing is so old. But that's my rainbow palettes. Now it's top 3 monochromatic palettes. Okay. If you know, I don't do monochromatic looks that often. At least I don't know. I'm not for sure. I just be throwing things on the eyes and calling it a day. So our first monochromatic palette is the Sweet Pinks by the Juvia's Palace. Oh, so pretty in there. I love this palette. It's so pretty. It's a very vibrant pink palette. Love. Love, love, love. That's funny. I like how my monochromatic palettes are my wee little palettes. And I did wee little palettes. That's okay. So we have ColourPop High Tide, because sweet Jesus, look at them blues. You see those blues? I might have to pull this out sometime or another. And our third monochromatic palette is the Caliente Artist Couture palette. Caliente is hot, spicy, things like that. If you don't know what Caliente is, look at that. Ignore these two colors. But it's basically a monochromatic palette to me. I think this is monochromatic. I don't know. Very mono for me, so. And then our next one is affordable top 3 palettes. I got you, don't worry. And we have the Wet n Wild Nautical Nuisance palette. I just grabbed the SpongeBob one because I'm a personal SpongeBob fan. My favorite episode ever was the Doodle Bob episodes. If you've seen that, you know what I'm talking about when I go, ahoy, ahoy, ahoy. You know, the little pencil. Okay. Anyway, so you basically, any of these little Wet n Wild palettes are affordable. I just chose the SpongeBob one because I have multiple Wet n Wild palettes. But here's the inside. So pretty. Not sure you can still get this one or not, but that's the one I chose. And then we have LA Girl. This is the Main Stage Desert Dream eyeshadow palette. So here's the outside. The inside. So pretty, right? Love it. That. Throw that pink in there. That only have to, oh, gorgeous. And then our third affordable eyeshadow palette is the Makeup Revolution London. This is the Into the Night palette. I just really like this. It's just, I don't know, it's the purple and the black and the grays. It's just giving me that vibe, you know? That's for our affordable palettes. Now we have the high-end luxury palettes. So, one of my favorite high-end luxury palettes I have is the Melt Cosmetics Impulsive palette. This, I could talk about this for days. It's one of my favorite palettes ever from Melt. I just love this guy. It's gorgeous. Then we have Natasha Denona Circle Loco palette. This that I have problems. If you watch my videos on this, you know I struggled to work with this, but I still love it even though I struggle. I just love it. Okay, anger love. That's not an angry face. I don't know what kind of face that is, but I love this palette. It's gorgeous. Okay, and for our third luxury palette, a newer obsession here is the Pat Mcgrath. This is the Celestial Odyssey palette. This bad boy. I love this. I don't even care that the browns or pinks are slightly different tones of each other's for the matte, but this is great. Huh. So that's my high end. And our last category is neutral. Top three, three neutral palettes. I say top, but I just chose palettes that came to my mind for this video. Okay, so 3 neutral palettes in my collection. So we have and this would probably change every time too, a different top eyeshadow. It would probably change, because that's just how my mind works. We have the Glam Light. This is the Chocolate Donut palette. So cute. Should have been a fun palette packaging category in this. I should have added that. Why didn't I do that? Too late now. So here's the inside of this gorgeous little neutral palette, and it's just so fun. See how pretty? That's our first neutral. Our second top neutral would be the Bear Necessities from ColourPop. I'm just gonna tell you who it was from. Here's the inside of her. Do like this. That's funny. I don't think I've used this one yet, actually. I'm not for sure. I think I've swatched it a couple times, so this would definitely be in my top neutrals palette because of the shimmers. Yes, all the shimmers and stuff. And here's why these two are in my top neutral palettes, because I would definitely use these all together. Because for our third palette, it's another JSC palette. We're calling it the O palette. I don't know if I'd get monetized or not for saying the word, but this is it. This is she. I don't think I was as photogenic as this guy. I'm not. The most you get from me is photogenic. So here's our inside. I love it when the things go all the way back. But this is our number 3 neutral palette. How can you not want this neutral palette in your top 3 palettes, you know? Look at the range. Beautiful. Well, that is my top 3 palette categories video. Hope you like this. What would you have? Would this be hard for you? Would this change every time you went to go do this to select these? Let me know. Alright. Thanks for watching. See you next one.